Hello, I'm Miss Debbie from the library. Today's library sing-along features an Aesop's fable. We're going to tell a story about the ants and the grasshopper. Here's our grasshopper. What do you see Grasshopper holding? It's a musical instrument called a violin. And here are some ants. What are they holding? Are they holding musical instruments? No, they're not. They're holding corn kernels. We'll find out why as we tell our story. But let's sing hello first. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Hands are clapping, clap, clap, clap. Hands are clapping, clap, clap, clap. Hands are clapping, clap, clap, clap. Clap your hands, my darling. Toes are tapping, tap, tap, tap. Toes are tapping, tap, tap, tap. Toes are tapping, tap, tap, tap. Tap your toes, my darling. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle your fingers, my darling. The ants here, they're busy ants. And we're going to sing a song about busy ants to the tune of She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. In the first part of the song, the ants are going to be busy digging, so you can pretend to dig and sing along with me. And in the second part of the song, they're going to be gathering food, so you can gather with us as we sing just like so. Oh, the ants are busy, busy as can be. Oh, the ants are busy, busy as can be. See them dig and dig and dig, lots of tunnels oh so big. Oh, the ants are busy, busy as can be. Oh, the ants are busy, busy as can be. Oh, the ants are busy, busy as can be. See them gather, 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 lots of food to store for winter. Oh, the ants are busy, busy as can be. Okay, let's get to our story. It was summer, and Grasshopper was out in the field, hopping and jumping and having a good time, and most importantly, spending a lot of time making music. The ants, however, they were busy working. They were finding food and carrying it back to their anthill to store for the winter. When Grasshopper saw the ants working so hard, he stopped the ants and said, "Why are you working so hard? It is such a beautiful day. Why don't you stop and play music with me and have a good time?" The ants said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we must continue with our work. We are storing food away for winter, and we think you should too." And Grasshopper says, "It's too glorious a day. There's time enough to worry about winter when the snows start to fall." Well, it wasn't too long when winter arrived and the snows did start to fall. And when it did, it formed a big blanket of white all over the fields, covering up any of the food that was left. When Grasshopper grew hungry and started to look for food, he could not dig down deep beneath the snow to find the food and grew hungrier and hungrier. He saw that the ants were going into their stores and had food to eat. So he begged of the ants, "Ants, I am so hungry. Can you please give me some corn?" And the ants said, "What? What were you doing all summer? Were you not storing food away?" Grasshopper said, "No, I was too busy making music this summer." The ants shrugged their shoulders and said, "Making music, were you? Well, music won't feed you this winter." And they went about their business and they didn't share their foods. They told Grasshopper, "We've stored enough only for ourselves and we cannot share." So Grasshopper was left hungry and had nothing to eat, but the ants did. And that brings us to the end of the story and the moral of when it's time to work, you work. When it's time to play, you play. But don't play when it's time to work. Hey, well, the ants were busy taking food to their anthill. I'm going to ask you to make your hands into an anthill just by curling your fingers and making a fist. Once I saw an anthill with no ants about, so I said, "Dear little ants, won't you please come out?" And as if the ants had heard me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ants came out, and that was all. Let's do that together. Join in, make your anthill. Once there was an anthill with no ants about, so I called to the little ants, "Won't you please come out?" And it's as if the ants had heard me. They started to come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that was all. Okay, let's make a grasshopper this time. I'm going to make 2 fingers. And grasshoppers like to do what? They move by jumping and leaping. There was a little grasshopper who was always on the jump. But because he never looked ahead, he always got a bump. There was a little grasshopper who was always on the jump. But because he never looked ahead, he always got a bump. Nice job. Okay. Well, that's my last ant and grasshopper song or rhyme. So we're going to say goodbye. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Thanks for joining me today, and see you next time.